one of the bracelets that I have on right now, it's kind of cool. I always talk about the verse, perfect love casts out fear, because I think fear creeps in so many ways, so many different areas that a lot of times we don't even realize it. You know, like people, this is my greatest struggle. A lot of times I find myself in people-pleasing mode. And I'm doing this just because I'm fearful of offending them, or fearful that they might misunderstand me, or, you know, those kind of different fears that are so subtle you wouldn't really know that they're there. You just kind of think, no, this is my behavior, it's my personality. But there are little fears. And someone pulled me aside one day and she was like, you know, I've seen in your life that you have the fear of man, the fear of disappointment, and the fear of failure. Wow. She was like, so you need to ask God to show you the fullness of his love, because we know that the passage says perfect love casts out fear. So if you have a fear issue, you need to understand the greatness of his love in a new way. And so I was like, all right. And that just kind of became like a staple piece of how I, you know, handle all of this, you know, because there are different pulls and different demands and things like that. And I immediately go to, well, let's meet everything. Like, I want to make it happen. And, you know, God's like, hey, rest in me. Like, let me show you that my love not only covers you, but it covers them, and all of these different things. So
that kind of where the song "Trust in You" kind of came from, kind of like trying to learn to lean into God a bit more.
Yes, yeah.
That's the next single coming out, right?
Right,
okay.
It is. Thank y'all for playing it too. When I was in the writing room, I wrote it with a friend named Michael Farron, and I walk into the writing appointment, and my friend is sitting there, and he goes, Lauren, can I tell you a story? And I said, sure. And he said, there's this man that went to help Mother Teresa, and upon his arrival, Mother Teresa said, hey, is there anything that I could do for you? And he said, yeah, you could pray for me. You could pray that I'd have clarity. And she said, no, I'm not going to pray that you have clarity, because it's the last thing that you're holding on to. And he was like, what are you talking about? Like, look at all that you've accomplished, you know, look at all that you've done. Surely you've had clarity. And she said, no, I've never had clarity. I've only had trust. And that changed everything for me. Like, there are so many moments in life where I'm like, God, like, I just want to do your will. Can you just honor that? Like, can you just honor the fact that I want to do your will? Right. Can you show me what that is, you know? And I think sometimes I overcomplicate it. Like, his will is that we love him and love others. That's like, that is the greatest commandment, you know? And I so often overcomplicate it. Like, well, if I make this decision the wrong way, then I'm not going to have his blessing, or I'm not going to have his favor. So I better walk in like perfect alignment. And that is not at all how he functions, you know, not one bit. He's such a heavenly father that just like if a 5-year-old little girl was running off the path to the right or to the left, the mom would, you know, grab their hand, or the dad would grab their hand and say, no, wait, come back over here, you know? And that's exactly what he does with us. And it kind of ties into Romans 8:28, you know, he works all things out for the good. So even if you do step to the right or to the left, there's nothing to fear, because he's going to take that decision and turn it around for the good. So, yeah, that's what trust in you is all about. It's about not necessarily depending on clarity, but just trusting that you can take leaps of faith with a father like him. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could.